Hello, I've been asked by Miss Macy to show you around my garden and explain how we manage to produce vegetables which we use during the year to have fresh vegetables most of the time, and obviously that's why Miss Macy has always got a smile on her face. First of all, I'd like to get you to understand that you need four things for plants to be able to grow properly. You need food, water, light and heat. And obviously at the moment it's too cold for most things to grow, and it's too short a day for there to be enough light for things to grow. But it's beginning to change, and we're beginning to think of what we're going to do for next year. Now here's my water supply. You'll notice that I've got two water barrels here. The water comes off the roof, and I managed to use that to keep my plants growing, and it saves me using the water through the tap, and obviously that's very environmentally a good thing. And here's my greenhouse, which I'm just getting ready, funnily enough, today to start to get into use so that we can have some early things. You'll see one or two rather tired looking geraniums in there, which we put in to save them for the spring when we can bring them out into the warm again. But the important thing is the soil down the sides. I'm going to plant some very early potatoes, which I just bought yesterday, and they'll go into the ground, and I'll cover them up, keep them warm, and they will give me some very early potatoes when they're most expensive. I'm also going to grow some broad beans. That's a broad bean packet. Let me pause it. I was getting away wet. And there's what they look like when they've grown, and those are little seeds which we will turn into those plants eventually. And I hope that Miss Macy maybe can put some of these into a pot in school, and you'll see them growing, and maybe you'll be able to put them into the garden and get some vegetable from them later on. So I'll get her to do that, and then you can go over and care for your own beans. Now also you'll notice one or two things do survive the winter. And you'll see these rather tired looking pansies which have managed to survive my chickens eating them, and they produce a little bit of flower in the summer. But importantly, you'll notice that the bulbs are beginning to pop through, the daffodil bulbs and some tulip bulbs across behind Miss Macy, but they're all just beginning to grow, and they're the very, very earliest flowers that you get in the spring. Daffodil bulbs are always the first ones in the shops, and when they're in the shops I say, right, the winter's over, let's get on with it. And under the hedge there you'll notice my 3 chickens that also produce Miss Macy's breakfast most days, laying about 2 eggs every day, except during the winter when I feed them and they just enjoy their food.